Hi everyone. It's Wednesday the 9th of October and I am now 12 days post-op. Um, I've been to see my surgeon today at the hospital and his consultant orthodontist for my, I suppose, 2-week post-op review. Um, they're both really happy with my progress. Pleased to see me this week looking a bit more full of life because last week when I went for my first post-op appointment, I was just on the back end of suffering from really bad sickness and diarrhea from the antibiotics that they'd given me. But so they were pleased to see that I've regained some strength and that I'm healing really well. They looked all around my mouth on the inside. Surgeon was really pleased with how clean I'm able to keep my teeth. I have a baby toothbrush that I'm able to go all the way around a couple of times a day, and in between times I use just normal mouthwash now. I'm not using antiseptic mouthwash anymore, just normal Oral-B mouthwash. So yeah, all really good. They didn't really do anything. I've been asked to continue to wear the elastics that I'm wearing to double up on the elastics that I have in a triangle each side. You can see. So I wear just one elastic on each side in that triangle formula during the day, and then at night time the consultant orthodontist would just like me to wear two to make it a little bit stronger. However, she has said that during the day I don't have to wear it constantly if it's uncomfortable, or if I'm popping out anywhere or meeting a friend, or when I go back to work, because it's difficult to talk. But I don't find it too uncomfortable. I just feel that my mouth is absolutely full of braces, which I've never really felt like that before my surgery. So whether the fact that things have been moved around and everything's a little bit tighter makes me feel like my mouth is full of braces now. So that's really good. Shows good progress. Yeah, they don't need to see me now for another couple of weeks. So I've made another post-op appointment with the surgeon and the orthodontist for 3 weeks today. And at that appointment, I think my surgeon's likely to discharge me from his care and pass me over to the orthodontic team. But he just wants to check me over one final time. He double checked my x-rays from last week and said that they're spot on. He's really happy. I asked him about the lump on this side because I don't know if you can tell, I am still slightly swollen, a little bit more on this side than I am this side. And it gives the impression that my jaw is kind of off that way slightly, especially when I try to smile. There's much more definition here than there is here, and you can see that my lip is pulling down here unwillingly. So if I try to smile, my lip pulls down. That's purely being caused by the numbness, because I'm still very numb and much more swollen this side than I am this side. But all of this is very numb here, whereas this side I have feeling until I get to here, and then it's numb all the way across. And I've started to get a little bit of feeling in here, and I have full feeling in my top lip, but up here it's all numb again. He says the fact that I've got feeling in my top lip is a really good sign, and the pulling sensation I'm feeling, I'm not getting pins and needles and prickles. I am getting occasional pulling feeling, like something's trying to burst out of my chin, like straining. And he said that's a really good sign at 12 days post-op to have that. It's a really good sign. But the reason why it looks a bit odd here, like less definition, is because basically he explained that I do have a lump underneath here, which is just going to take a little bit of time to go down. Basically, he called it hematoma, and explains that your bone is covered in a thin layer of skin, almost like cling film, and that sometimes blood can get trapped between the bone and that thin layer of skin, and it dries and it can't drain away, so it just needs time to break down and disappear. And I had some on this side as well, but that's gone. So I'll when that's drained away, I think it'll appear more symmetrical, because at the minute I do feel like it's kind of going off to one side slightly. So all in all, they're very, very happy with me, and I go back in 3 weeks' time, and the orthodontist will replace my surgical arch wires with some slightly lighter arch wires, and they will start work on bringing my bite into as perfect a position as they can get it, because at the moment it isn't in a perfect position. My jaws are in a perfect position, but the actual bite isn't. They're very happy that I now have a class 1 bite. I no longer have a class 3 malocclusion, and that was really exciting actually to hear them say that today. I was quite excited. So the only other thing that I learnt whilst I was with the surgeon today was when he mentioned about when the orthodontist mentioned to him about how sick I'd been with the antibiotics last week, and he was very cross that I'd been prescribed the something beginning with an M and it has an X in it, and I really can't remember the name of the antibiotics, metronidazole or something. Anyway, apparently prescribing those on discharge for a patient who's just had jaw surgery is completely against protocol, and he hadn't advised any doctor that I should be prescribed those on discharge, so he wasn't particularly happy about it. So I think they're going to chase the doctor down who did my discharge papers to make sure that that doesn't happen again, because obviously anybody who's had jaw surgery who's given medicine that's likely to make them sick, it isn't going to be very pleasant, especially if your jaw is wired together, because you can't physically be sick very easily. Luckily for me, it had the opposite effect, and I had the diarrhea with the nauseous feeling, not the actual throwing up. But anyway, he wasn't particularly happy about that, so he's going to chase the doctor down who did that and make sure it doesn't happen to anyone else. But completely over the nausea now. And yeah, I feel like I'm making really good progress. I'm feeling really positive. I'm starting to get a little bit bored now because I've had a week and a half at home. I've not been staying in completely. Let me think. Last Wednesday I went out for a couple of hours to go to the hospital. On Sunday I went for a walk up to the garden centre, which is maybe a 10-minute walk. And when I got there though, I did feel pretty whacked and I'm a bit lightheaded, so I had to have a sit down. I felt like a bit of an old lady really. But we had a little look around the garden centre, and then I had another sit down, and then we walked home, and then I had a lie down. So clearly it's when they say that you do need to take it easy for a good few weeks, they're telling you for your own good really, because you might think that you feel full of beans, but then as soon as you start doing something slightly different to what you've been doing, i.e. just lying on the sofa and watching Downton Abbey box sets day after day, then yeah, it does take it out of you. But I am feeling stronger each day, so that's all I've done really, just those 2 outings, and then today the outing to the hospital. So one quick half-an-hour trip out on the school run. I went in the car with my husband on the school run last Friday, and we stopped off at McDonald's on the way to get me a milkshake. So yeah, 4 little outings in 12 days. So it was nice to get out for some fresh air, and I am getting a little bit itchy to start doing a little bit more, but I appreciate that I need to take it steady. I'm still eating very, very soft food, but I'm eating it in slightly bigger quantities now. I'm not getting so tired, and my jaw isn't hurting so well, not hurting, but not aching so much when I am eating. So I'm able to have a bit more, and maybe that's what's making me feel a little bit more myself, and have a little bit more energy. So, for instance, I've been still having Weetabix or porridge for breakfast. But at lunchtime, I've not been having to have soup liquidized now. I can have lumpy soup, or scrambled eggs. That's mainly what I have for lunch. Evening meals, I had some egg fried rice the other night with some sweet and sour sauce mixed through it. That was quite nice. Last night I had a jacket potato with cheese and beans all mashed up. That was quite nice. And what else have I had? That's about it really. Just really rice puddings, ambrosia rice puddings, pots of ambrosia rice puddings. As soon as I start to get a little bit peckish during the day, I'll go to the cupboard for one of those. And if you're someone like me who loves chocolate and needs a little bit of a chocolate fix, but obviously can't eat the chocolate bar, my friends bought me a box of Maltesers, thinking that I might be able to get a Malteser in my mouth and let it melt, but I can't open my jaw wide enough at the moment to get a Malteser in. But I'm sure in a couple of days I'll be able to manage that. But in the meantime, I keep dipping the teaspoon into the jar of Nutella, so that gives me my chocolate fix. So yeah, I'm just going to continue on that soft diet. I'm trying to vary it as much as I can, and I'm actually trying to eat what the family are eating. So on Saturday they had spaghetti bolognese, so I just added some boiled water to the bolognese sauce to make it a little bit runnier, and finely chopped the spaghetti really, really tiny, and then mixed it all up like I would give it to maybe an 18-month-old, 2-year-old child or something. Made it quite runny, and I managed to eat that from a teaspoon, which was really nice, just to taste that I was eating the same as the family. And on Monday night they had a fish and chip supper, and I really wanted to have some fish, so I had fish pie. It was just flakes of fish, really mashed down, in with mashed potato and cheese sauce, and I managed to eat that. So it's a little bit more hard work and it's a bit more tiring, but at least I feel like I'm having proper meals, and the fact that I'm only 10-12 days post-op and I'm eating proper meals with the family and not on a liquid diet is really, really pleasing, because I don't think I could cope with having a syringe of liquid. I'm so grateful that the hospital I go to and the surgeon that I see don't practice wiring your jaw together after jaw surgery, that the most you have is these elastics here, and so you can open your mouth like that, enough to get a teaspoon in, and I am going to try by the weekend to have it open enough to get a Malteser in. So yeah, I think the fact that I'm able to eat more is definitely giving me more strength. And I hope after the weekend to be able to get out and about a little bit more. I've got another couple of weeks booked off work. I was quite lucky in one respect. I had 2 weeks off from work sick, and then I worked some extra days before my surgery, leading up to my surgery, planning for it, because I knew that at the back end of my sick leave, half term, the children's half term was going to be coming up, and I really, because I've been so useless around the house and not spending any time doing anything with the children for the last couple of weeks, I wanted to spend some time with them over half term. So I worked enough days before my surgery, in the lead up to my surgery, and my HR department were really, really good with me, to give me those extra days so that I can have an extra week off, and spend half time with the children, and my husband's going to take the week off work as well. So I'm hoping by that week, which is the week after next, that I I've got loads more energy, and that when I do go out the house, I'm able to go out without feeling drained, which I'm sure I will by that time. And so we're hoping to plan a little trip. I know, just maybe one overnight trip, just to get away from the house, because I'm starting to get a little bit of cabin fever, and I will be very glad to get back to work and get stuck in. But that week that the children are off school, it will be very nice just to get away just for one night. So I'm hoping that's my goal, and that's my positive frame of mind will get me there, I'm sure, because I think in all of this, it's positive mental attitude that will help anyone who's gone through this surgery recover so quickly, so much more quickly. Definitely the support around you from your friends and family. Some of my friends have just been absolutely amazing. I think I said on previous videos, couldn't have asked for better friends. But the positive frame of mind, I'm absolutely convinced, and my surgeon's convinced, is what's helping me to heal so quickly and to recover so quickly. So yeah, that's it. I think that's probably going to be my last video for a little while, because nothing much is changing. The swelling seems to have come to a bit of a standstill, and I'm going to start trying some hot packs on my face to try and get the blood circulating and see if that will get the swelling to go down. But I don't think much is going to change over the next couple of weeks. So, but if it does, I shall come back and let you know. But in the meantime, if anybody has any questions, then please post them, and I'll get back to you as quickly as I can. So, yeah, smile from me, front smile, side smile, other side smile, happy.